If you're ever in Melbourne, you have to walk through the Riverside Skate Park, Royal Botanical Gardens, and Cook's Cottage. It's easy to do in a half day, but can be stretched to an entire day if you bring a picnic or a book. There are so many wonderful fountains and foliage. Once I got into the parks, I didn't remember that I was in the heart of Melbourne. These areas are so close together that they're extremely walkable. I had a wonderful time spotting very exotic, to me, birds. It was also lovely to read about the different sections of the park. This particular spot was a memorial dedicated to the pioneer women. As I made my way further into the park, I stumbled upon the King's Domain Fern Gully. This was one of my favorite stops of the day. Wandering down the stairs, you're sent into what feels like a Jurassic-era rainforest. They curated the gully to have a waterfall, and it was the perfect touch. I ended up sitting for a few minutes just to take in the piece. After I reached what felt like the appropriate level of zen, I continued toward the Royal Botanical Garden. The garden was free, and many people enjoyed their Thursday afternoon. My goal was to make it to the lake and see as many new animals and plants as I could along the way. When you enter the park, they provide you with an interactive online map. It's helpful to understand what you're seeing and learn more about the different sections. I wandered through as many off-the-trail paths as possible. This particular one led me to Southeast Asia. There was a surprising amount of work being done throughout the park. When I asked a groundskeeper, they said that they were preparing for Lightscape. Lightscape is an event that the garden puts on that will run from Friday, June 20th through Sunday, August 10th. The entire park is equipped with a variety of glowing features that bring it to life in a whole new way. At this point, I finally made it to Ornamental Lake, the largest lake in the gardens. There were so many waterfowl, it was lovely to see them swim about. There were so many curated places to enjoy the water and the sun. I made my way around and stumbled upon a restaurant nestled on the edge of the water. The gardens are open daily from 7:30 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. AAST. These gardens were voted Australia's best major tourism attraction at the Qantas Australian Tourism Awards. You can also join their newsletter if you want to stay up to date about what's happening in the gardens themselves. As I kept moving, I discovered another fern gully. This one had a really cool web chair that was begging to be sat in. Also, for anyone who is wildly afraid of spiders, I have not run into any thus far. I'm knocking on wood to avoid jinxing myself, but maybe they're all hiding for the winter months. The sun was beginning to get low on the horizon, so I was off yet again, this time to go see Cook's Cottage. On my way there, I passed by the Yucca River. It was cool to see a rowing team practicing in the late afternoon. Cook's Cottage was originally built in England, but then disassembled and reassembled in Melbourne in 1934. As the sun got lower and lower, I began heading back to the hustle and bustle of the high-rise Melbourne city centre. It was really fun to see everyone commuting from their jobs as the night lights began to glisten. Thanks for joining, and I'll see you next time.